creepiest human being I know, that I've ever seen, will ever see.
A man walks down, get these mutts away from me, you know. I don't find this stuff amusing. I can be alone.
With bikes at the tunnel. Another tunnel. What do you do with this? It's like a simulator, a kayak simulator. I might catch. That's not where I think it is.
That encounter him. Name Shields. That love news.
Tammy Lana. She's someone that ran horrible. I can smell it now just thinking about it.
Back the car and head for your sister. Sudden, and this is scary, but listen to me, I don't have...
This next segment, our interviewee segment of Randall.
One day of swimming. What he didn't mention, Joe Exotic and Charlie from It's Always Sunny had a baby.
The situation was really insane. I went to the Randall College turmeric.
Are we rolling? I know we're... This next segment showcases... I'll admit it. You know what I mean? Cutting the grass. Tree in the track that he needed to play house. He cared about me, you know. Of a confession here. I got people yelling. I'm back in. Honestly, probably. In this segment, interviewees will showcase the effect that Randall has had on them. One interviewer is still owed money from Randall. Another has been lost in confinement since he was a child, thanks to the careless act of Randall. Others, they've had some pretty good times with him. He's probably good at partying. I've never partied. Jude Shield never partied. Never. College, never. I'm reporting news. That's what I do. We're gonna get to the bottom of this, okay? I'll take down Randall. It's the last thing I do.
So Randall, it's a can of worms I was hoping I would never have to open again, but... All right, you know, Randall, where do I start? He was wandering around my street for about a week. I saw him. He was messing around with the cats and the dogs and all that. And he came up to me one day. He just knew my name. He knew my name. He was like, oh, I know you from wherever. And I was like, all right, bro, sure. The motherfucker winds up saving me from getting jumped, right? He ran up. He had this, like, I don't know what you want to call it, like a broomstick or whatever. It was made out of metal. I don't know where the fuck he got it. He ran up and he whacked one on the back of the head and he said, yo, leave my boy alone or I'm going to fucking kill you. And at this point, I trusted him. I had no reason not to trust him. Yeah, maybe he was a little out there, but, you know, I don't know. He didn't scare me, you know, because he was trying to help someone that was, you know, in trouble. And I respect that. You know, fast forward a couple of weeks, you know, obviously after that, you know, I'm not going to let the guy sleep outside. You know, I invited him in. I was like, you could spend the night here. I don't know. You know, you got somewhere to be? He said, no. I said, all right, well, you know, I'll let you stay here. You saved me, so at least I could do. You know, after about a month, it started getting real weird. It was like, he had opposite hours as me. You know, I work a 9 to 5. I'd come home. He would be just getting up. You know, whatever. You know, make some eggs and shit. I eat eggs for dinner. I don't care. But it got really weird when I brought up the idea of rent. I was like, yo, you should pay me some rent if you're going to be staying here longer than, you know, a month. And he was like, oh, I don't believe in money. I don't believe in money. That's what he said. He would always start, you know, pulling some weird shit that's real out there. Instead, he started paying me with weed, which I know was oregano. And I know that it was oregano from my kitchen. It's neither here nor there. But, you know, I really don't know about this guy. He could be very dangerous. For all I know, this motherfucker has killed people. For all we know, this guy should be on America's Most Wanted. He He's a destroyer. He can blinds you. He blinds you with his nonchalant, you know, he doesn't know what's going on, this and he knows what the fuck is happening, okay? I guarantee you that motherfucker is one step ahead of all of us.
I'll tell you what, Randall's one crazy son of a bitch. First time I met him, I was front stage at a Leonard Skinner concert. He tore his shirt off, ran up on stage, and actually finished the second half of Freebird. It's probably one of the coolest things I've ever seen. Randall's great. He's a great man. He's a great friend. You know, he likes grape nuts. Grape nuts is his favorite type of cereal. I don't know why, but he's very adamant about his grape nuts. He has a large canoe in his backyard. Yeah, he's got a lot of canoes. He's a canoer. You know, Randall, he's the greatest person, you know, east, this side of the Mississippi. I'm not sure what side of the Mississippi we're on, but whatever side he's on, you know, that's the best side of the Mississippi. You know, Randall's one tough son of a bitch. I remember, you know, there have been plenty of time where we go out and, you know, Randall just tears his shirt off and just starts singing Michael Bublé, and it's great. I mean, his renditions are great. He's a great man. I don't know what to say about Randall. You know, he's been doing a lot. He's a great man.
Where do I start? Randall. Wow. It's a name I wish I haven't heard. Let's see. Well, the first time I heard that name was on Grindr, and there was just something about Randall that was like, it drew me in. His smile is impeccable. Can't deny that. Something about probably that he's a Leo in the 7th house of Venus with a rising Jupiter. And from all my research, it was said that that was to be my best match for a lover. And so I figured I'd give it a shot. I sent him a private message and I said, hey, nice smile. He replied with a smiley face emoji and one sticking its tongue out. And kind of just went from there. The conversation was very natural and very smooth. We started discussing, you know, after a couple weeks, maybe it was time that we met up and seen how our energies kind of matched each other. So we scheduled a dinner, not a dinner, sorry, a lunch date. And it was great. It was great. You know, I had the turkey club. Well, we decided that we would each order something and share so we could have a nice variety, which I really liked about him. I do like that. I like to share with my partner, and I like when my partner shares with me. So I got the turkey club. He got the fish and sticks. And it was excellent. When we were checking out, you know, the waitress brought the bill over to us. And I guess the first red flag should have been here. I did let it slide because of his Leo status. But when I asked him, I said, you know, how do you want to split this up? You know, Venmo, PayPal, cash. He told me that he doesn't believe in money. And without, you know, going too much into it, I accepted. I'll pick up the tab today. It's fine. Oh, and then the exciting part came. He had arranged an after date for us. Turns out he has a very large canoe. And when I say very large, I don't even know how he got it to the pond, really. It's very large. And so he took me by the hand and he made sure I got on the canoe safely. And we strolled out onto the pond. This was around sunset time. And I trusted him. You know, he's a little bit out there. He's a different kind of character for sure, but again, that must be his Leo status in the rising Venus. But I felt safe, so I went with him. Off into the darkness we went, and it was excellent. He played Kumbaya on his acoustic guitar, and he gave me a little wink while he was playing, which is really cute. It wasn't a creepy wink, it was a wink like he was into me. It was the first time I ever received a wink like that. Then we started to settle down and we just kind of laid in the canoe. Not really spooning, but you know, we were close. And we just looked up at the stars and we discussed all the galaxies and all the potential planets for life. We did discuss our signs and our compatibility. We discussed going to a star reader so we could receive more clarity about our future. As far as I was concerned, I didn't need a star reader to tell me that I would spend my life with that man. But Randall was dead set on that some things are out of our hands and they're just up to the stars. So, again, Randall doesn't believe in money. So I scheduled an appointment with the star reader. And the day we were set to go, I never heard back from him. The last thing he told me is that he loves me, and no matter what happened, we would make it through. And so I filed a police report, a missing persons report. Turns out I was the first one to file, and I call the police every day. I call them every day, trying to see where Randall's at. And they say they're still looking, and there's hope. But, I don't know what could have happened to Randall. I have no idea. I ended up going back to that same star reader, see maybe she would have some kind of insight for me. And she says she's not a psychic. All she does is interpret the stars, you know, based upon our birth times and our birth cities. And she says that our combination is, there's a learning curve to it. It takes a little bit to get going, and it can be scary because the energies are so intense. And she thinks that maybe Randall just needed some time to step back and reassess everything. You know, she believes that he's the one. And so, still, nothing but good things to say about Randall. And wherever he is in this world, if he sees this, Randall, I miss you. Every day, I miss you. And I check my phone at least every 30 seconds, just waiting to see that text from you. And I'm going to wait for you until the end. I love you, Randall.
Now, if I remember correctly, and I always do, Randall and I met at Dunkin' Donuts. Well, now Dunkin'. That's right. I was working at Dunkin' at the age of 16. The age I could start working, boy did I. That's right, I was a hustler. I was working at Dunkin' Donuts. And here comes in Randall, also age 16. He orders a hot caramel latte and a glazed chocolate donut, my favorite. His as well. I told him, that is my favorite donut. And he said, mine too. And we got into conversation. And we actually were both SoundCloud rappers at the time. Because within 30 seconds of our first conversation ever, Randall showed me his SoundCloud track. I believe descriptors he used were fire, heat, icy, a lot of different temperatures he used. Anyways, I had bars myself, so we just linked and built, really. And we've been boys ever since. So this one's for you, Randall. Cheers, buddy. And we got into conversation. And we actually were both SoundCloud rappers at the time. Because within 30 seconds of our first conversation ever, Randall showed me his SoundCloud track.
On the come up, baby, Randall. He's got the handles like his dad's, the handle Grandall. Sandal Mandel, that's my mom handle in the rock with the tabletop, crop top. Okay? I got the mullet for you, baby. Tell me that. I got business in the front and I'm casually back. Take it back to the track where I'm running for the 4x8. The 4x1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 4, and I run the track. And then I run back to my playhouse podcast. That's where I'm at, hanging out.
Descriptors he used were fire, heat, icy, a lot of different temperatures he used. Anyways, I had bars myself, so we just linked and built, really, and we've been boys ever since. So this one's for you, Randall. Cheers, buddy.
Doing my thing because I like to sing, and I like TVs with the cryptology. Knowledge this, how you gon' be the best MC with the fifth? I don't know. I'm just telling you that I like to go to the party place with after spots at the place where we go and do stuff like party stuff that is cool, and we're here with the best rappers in the MC. Tell me this, Randall knows how to be the best, coolest.
Randall, man, dude is straight mental. I'll never forget the first night I ran into this man. So, I'm in the city. I'm at 15th and Sansom, Oyster House, Buck-a-Shuck night. I'm in there, I'm like, gonna have a chill night, you know, maybe grab a dozen, slam them real quick, be out, you know, take a little napski. But I go in and I just see this dude at the bar just banging on it, screaming. It's a super chill place, but I mean, this dude was just sending it. So I look over and the dude already slammed 3 dozen oysters, and I think he was on his 7th sake bomb. So I'm like, bro, 6 o'clock in the afternoon on a Wednesday, you gotta chill, bro. So I go up naturally, I'm like, hey man, what's good? Randall comes up, gives me a big hug. He's like, what's up, bro? You're joining me tonight. You're the chosen one. And I'm like, all right, bet. So slam some oysters, couple sake bombs with the guy. Then we shoot down the street. We sang some Celine Dion at karaoke, just me and him. Crazy duet. It was for the ages. It was sick, man. And then we hit the nightclub, and he grabbed 6 Jack and Cokes, slammed them back to back to back. Then he hit the dance floor, hit a quick backflip, and then started breakdancing on his head. I've never seen anything like it. Dude made out with like 6 chicks that night. Dude's insane. Dude's absolutely insane. I mean, born sender for sure. But other than that, he's a great guy. You know, he's a little weird, a little off the rail, but you know, everyone is a little bit. I mean, he's definitely got like some dingy facial hair, not the best features. You know, he talks a little weird. He's got some weird vibes about him. Last time I heard, I think he's living in someone's backyard. But I mean, that's kind of sick if you ask me. I mean, squatter, baby, you know, living the life. So, man, I can't say too many bad things about Randall. He's a pretty chill dude. Haven't seen him in a while, but I'm going to find the backyard he's living in, and we're just going to absolutely send in the backyard. Maybe get a bonfire, pack a natty lights, and just, you know, fucking go in, dude. Miss you, Randall, dude. Can't wait to fucking see you again, dude. Love that they're doing a story on you, man. Dude, this is insane, right? Who'd have thought? My guy, Randall, man.
The first time I met Randall would have been one of the times that I was going to visit London, probably. But the first time that I ever actually got to know him and like meet him for who he is was the time that he came into Plato's, for sure. That would have been the first time.
So I guess this place has got like the best, you know, resale value for like any clothes on the market. Me and Jake are about to freaking, you know, we're about to sell some clothes at the Plato's closet. I haven't been to Plato's house or anything if there's other ones. I just know about the closet. So let's get it.
I was closing up for the night. It had been a really long day. I was delirious. I was tired. And all of that changed in an instant when he came through those doors. He was carrying a duffel bag that looked like it could have held a dead body in it. It was that heavy and it was that packed full. Honestly, like I wouldn't have been surprised. It did kind of alarm me.
Hey, is this the Plato's closet? Is this Plato's?
Not that I'm aware of, no, but there definitely could have been, for sure. Everything except actual clothing. There was if my memory is correct, there was a scuba suit, memory foam, a miniature waterbed, which was the most surprising to me, and a pillowcase with no pillow. It was like the weirdest assortment of stuff. I don't know. It really confused me. It really did. Especially because we don't buy stuff like that. But more than you can even name. Yeah.
I just got one bag if you want to check it out.
Okay.
I got my keys.
I can never tell with him. I can never tell if he's under the influence of anything. I mean, like, I think it probably would have made me feel better if he was, but I don't know. I can't tell the difference. If I had to guess right now, Randall's probably on the road traveling with a sign out of his back mirror or back window that says something along the lines of "the end is near." I would imagine just warning people about the state that we have the earth in right now, and how to fix it would be my guess. That's probably what he's doing right now.
Yeah, the first time I met Randall, I think it was around fourth grade, because that was around the time I was really into them peach cups. Yeah, you know, remember them peach cups with the juice? Yeah, I wouldn't even eat the peaches. I just shot the juice. Not shot. I didn't have a gun at that. I was only in fourth grade, but I would just drink the juice. I would drink like 10 in an hour. My mom said I was kind of a hyper kid, but yeah, I remember it pretty clearly because Randall came in and, you know, it was a normal day of school, but it was his first day, and I remember he sat down at lunch, right, and he pulls out a fucking liter of Diet Coke, and I thought that was weird because he's a fourth grade kid, right? And sorry about that, smoke cigarettes. And yeah, a fourth grade kid with Diet Coke, I thought that was a little strange, you know. But then he pulls out pepperoni and a roll of Mentos, yeah, the Fresh Maker. Yeah, and at that point I said, that's the hardest shit I've ever seen. It's also, I was thinking, the smartest too, because you ever have Diet Coke and pepperoni bread? Yeah, you don't want that. It tastes, it's like a dog shit in your mouth or something. Yeah, yeah. So that's why he had the Mentos. That's what I put that two and two together. But yeah, so we was in Catholic school, and a nun had come up to him, and she seen him eating what he was eating, and I guess she didn't like it or something, but she said, hey, that's not like a appropriate meal for a fourth grader to be eating at lunch at school. You need to have some vegetables, you know, get strong for when you're an adult. And he said, excuse me, ma'am. I remember I was sitting right there. He said, excuse me, ma'am, wait. And he looked down and he spit on her shoe. Yeah, spit right on her shoe. And you know, nun's shoes, like, they're like, man, you could eat off of nun. You ever seen a nun with a dirty shoe? No. Them white. They're white. Like, they go home, I think they brush them with toothbrushes. That's the nuns, one of their duties when they're home, to make sure their shoes are clean, you know, when they're not in church, providing for the Lord. But, yeah, you spit right on her shoe. And at that point, I said to myself, hey, I got to introduce myself. We're going to be mates. We're going to be best buds. Probably grow old together. Maybe, like, meet two sisters that are lesbians or something. And probably just, like, get married and, like, have them make us pancakes and shit and, like, chill with our lizards or whatever. But, yeah, it didn't really turn out like that because a week later, Randall made me shit myself in math class. And for a fourth grader to shit himself in math class, it's not really cool. You know, I had a pretty tough time growing up, man. People call me shit boy for, like, the next year until Randall made Louis Dunfield shit himself in gym. And that was worse because he had shorts on, saw it run down his legs. His leg turned into a fudge pop. But, yeah, it's pretty rough. But if you do actually see Randall, tell him he still owes me $300 from them porcupines I got him for a Christmas party. Man, you can't trust nobody these days. This shit's ridiculous. Other than that, though, he's a pretty good guy. You know, I got him on speed dial. I remember, like, a couple weeks back, I had this nasty wasp nest and push button. Randall, I need you. Came down. We just took batting practice on the thing. But we got pretty stung up, actually. It's probably not smart. You know, yeah, he's a pretty loyal, good dude. Yeah, pretty solid. You guys need anything else for this, or oh, you're good? Good. All right.
I met Randall when we were children. We grew up in the same neighborhood, used to play in the same river. And one day we snuck into an abandoned house to play hide and seek. And he never found me. I've been here ever since. It turns out this place is on the National Registry of Historic Places, so they can't tear it down, and well, I sort of just got used to hiding that I stay here. I formed kind of a symbiotic relationship with a family of raccoons. They bring me food, and I pick ticks out of their fur. We play patty cake, and, you know, other games that my 10-year-old intellect, you know, can still follow. I don't know what apps are, or smartphones, but I do have fond memories of Randall. He's the last person I remember seeing, so kind of the last person I remember. Can't recall what my parents looked like or what they sounded like, what their names were. Anyway, happy birthday, Randall, if that's what this is for. I'm still here. Bet you can't find me. Check out Stoner Morning Show on iTunes and Spotify. Good night.
Jude Shields. Think it couldn't get worse? It's about to. Not only did Randall Crandall sneak into this person's playhouse, he ended up holding a ring, renting it out, making some cash money. Okay? Not only that, he stole Jake, his best friend's lotto ticket, which then gave him enough money to take over the Acapinti home. So he has the home, he has Jake's lotto ticket, and now he's renting out the playhouse to whoever he sees fit. Watches this unknowing couple has their lives ruined by Randall Crandall. ABCDEFG News.
Oh, frick. The renters are here, I think. Hey, who is it?
Renter, would like to check out the apartment?
Oh, what's up? Yeah, I wasn't sleeping or anything, but, yeah, what do you think? We got, you know, got the couch, Lion King.
What's the toilet?
Toilet is, you know, wherever you please. I wouldn't do it in here, but you got all that outside areas.
Well, we do have a window.
You have two windows.
Window.
Plus you got the, this is like kind of like a window to nature.
Like a
sunroof.
Sunroof with lots of leaves that if you want shade.
Honey,
Got
it's
it.
perfect.
Yeah. Perfect.
We talked about I'm carrying twins.
Well,
perfect.
We have
two
seats.
Two seats.
Two seats.
Two seats.
One for each.
Plus a trampoline, so there'll be gymnasts. And a pool, so they'll be athletes.
And we could throw them in the pool.
Oh my gosh. Where do I cook? I need a stove.
We got the fire pit. We got the fire pit.
I'm Italian. I gotta make the homemade raviolis and the gnocchis and the cappelletti. So
the fire pit. You got the fire pit. Fire pit. Fire pit.
Oh dear gosh.
You good with the cold?
We do have hot dogs too.
Hot dogs, great for winter time.
For the kids.
We got Lion King. I mean, that frick Acapinti has the TV, but I'll get it back from
I'll tell you, again, I'm carrying twins.
Twins.
I'm in my first trimester here, but I need space to put two cribs, you know.
You could do like one of those old school like hanging cribs. You ever see one of those? You could put like a crib here and then like a crib right over there.
Oh my God! How creative! Yes, I never thought of that.
You got the cowbell to wake up everybody in the morning.
Oh,
or for dinner.
Or for dinner.
It has potential. Has potential.
What other things?
An office.
Office. You guys smoke weed? I got.
Yeah.
You
You
do?
could put the TV in front of the window.
TV,
Or
no,
hang it on-
TV,
hang it on the wall.
Well, TV's
Hang it on the wall.
well, yeah, TV's optimal right there because that's where the electricity comes. The neighbors supply the electricity.
I got you.
I would like a carpet though.
I
mean, is that
Are
optional?
you negotiable?
I mean, I could see what I could do. They got carpets in there. I could figure I could take
throw
it from there.
a
Yeah, throw
Yeah,
a rug.
throw
Yeah,
it.
throw a
Nice.
rug. You know, we'll get you a welcome rug and everything. You know, I'm just showing you the place. You know, it's a little, it's messy a
I'll
little
tell
bit.
you, know, again, we're twins, so our budget isn't really.
What
we
do
may
you
have to
charge?
chew you down. To
I
shit.
mean, you know, I could do whatever.
This is
you know,
really phenomenal.
we could do money. We could do like baseball cards.
Pen pal?
Pen pals. Would you write to me or would I write to you?
You could write to each other.
Okay, yeah, I need a pen pal.
That would
so I
probably
mean,
work.
that would work.
Because, you know, we're on a strict, tight budget.
Yeah, totally. You know, if you got any
we're
like.
growing a family, and I think, you know, because of that, money's tight. So.
Yeah, we could do whatever.
It's a
you know.
great starter home.
Do you have like iced tea packets?
Yes.
You got iced tea? Deal.
Hey, what's going on here?
Hey!
Who is this?
Who is this?
Is it
What's
freaking?
going on here?
Is it freaking not Penny?
Oh no.
Hey,
Is that restaurant?
I own this house.
You don't own it anymore. You're going foreclosed.
What are you doing in here?
We're gonna rent
we
this
were
place.
contemplating on taking this place as a starter home.
This is too big for you. Get out of here.
We just made a deal and shook hands, Mr. Uncapenny. I mean...
Yeah, they're gonna give me all their iced tea packets. Okay? I'm all out. I'm all out. All out.
It's a done deal, sir.
It's a done deal. Written agreement.
You have paperwork?
I
pals.
I got papers if that's what you're talking about. You need those.
They're pen pals, and we did it with a handshake.
And iced tea packets.
God, that's my couch, my lovely.
No, that's for the twins.
Yeah, frick out of here. Get out of here.
Well, this has been a real...
It's been a pleasure to
Great deal.
Superman
Great
said
deal.
hello.
I'm excited. Let's do a high five. Seal it off.
I
Perfect. You missed it. Oh, let's do the thud. Let's do. Oh, perfect. Got it. One time, and it was good. I like your jacket, by the way.
So you'll give us the details on when we can start.
Yeah, I'll probably hog tie him up for a few weeks, and then you'll be in here, and there's nothing you can do about it. You know?
I mean, we don't have much furniture, like I said. We just,
Yeah, we got the
just
couch in
started,
here.
Yeah.
You got any play music or anything?
Would you have any objections in us doing maybe a deck on top of the
Oh no, of course, do
like
whatever.
like a
totally.
sunbathing area.
Oh, totally, yeah. That's
That'd be
dope.
awesome.
Wouldn't that be
Yeah.
cool, honey?
God,
You guys are gonna love it here. You're gonna love it.
I just love the decor.
It's beautiful, you know. It's, you know, if you get stoned and you got some like lights going, you really trip out, and it's perfect for that. So.
Oh, we'll definitely probably be getting stoned after raising.
Yeah, I mean, you got twins. Holy crap, man! You got. I was a twin. I was a twin, actually. I was a twin. Yeah.
Both of you?
Yeah. Well.
Both of them.
Mandel.
Both of them, not one of them.
Yeah,
both
no,
of them.
Mandel, Crandall.
Mandel and
We will. I don't like talking about it. We got sent down the river, and he didn't make it. The river otter got him.
Oh!
Here's some heat.
You sent one of the twins
Wow,
to
wow, what a
I'll
change.
deal with you later.
Wow, yeah, I'll deal with you, okay? I
Just-
told them the plan.
My
Does this have
attorney's
a
gonna talk to
security,
you.
safety thing? A thing
Yeah,
like...
does it shut off by
It
itself?
looks pretty janky. You give him
Yeah,
the. You give him the
Is one of them heat and one of them central air?
Yes.
central air. Wow,
Central
we're getting
air.
fancy.
Well, we could, honey, we could put this up here.
I recommend renter's insurance.
Well,
And you have a smoke detector.
a smoke detector, you think?
Well,
Fire
I can
extinguisher?
detect the smoke. I smell when I can smell it.
Okay.
So we don't.
And he'll give us enough notice to
smell
get
it?
out. You know.
If you see open flame, just keep it away from Crandall, because, you know, he passes gas and it'll explode.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That was one time.
And he eats river otters.
It was a
think the
River
office-
Cafe burrito. Okay? Randy didn't have the
You'll
best
hear
finger.
from my attorney.
Yeah, frick your attorney. Screw ya.
All
Is he gone?
right.
All right, well,
Well, God bless.
bon voyage.
God bless
And we'll
and-
keep in touch.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for showing this to us.
No problem. Thank you.
Hey. Yeah. I knew Randall Crandall. You know what I think of Randall Crandall? I'm homeless. I lived in the playhouse. All right? We had the twins. I had to pay him. I had to use all my tea bags to pay this guy. I have to sell my jacket. I have to sell my jacket. You know why? Because I'm homeless. I have nowhere to go now, thanks to Randall Crandall. He ruined my life. I can't tell you how he ruined my life. I met him. He was nothing when I met him. He was living underneath the staircase. I brought him to the top. To the top. And what did he do? Kicked me to the curb. Right to the curb. The twins left me. My wife left me. The playhouse burnt down. I have nowhere to go. Nowhere. Nowhere. Nowhere, Randall. Nowhere.